Okay, now we're ready to start with our first dead layer. And this is basically just a gray grisaille that Old Masters called it a dead layer. And I have made all of my value mixes from 1 to 10, went around this way, according to the formula, but I had to adjust a couple of these. These are pretty close. I may have to still adjust that a little bit, and then this one too. So right in here I may have to do some brush mixing to differentiate, but they're all at least 10% lighter or darker, except for that part. I think those are only about 5%. So we're just going to start with the background in here, and we're going to start with a layer of extender, and we're going to have next to us to pour it out because my brush won't fit. We're going to have Cindy's mix around. It says to mix in a little glaze and water, but to also have extender on your brush. Well, Cindy's mix is water, extender, and glaze, so that just saves you a step, so you can use that, or you can use just the glaze and water if you prefer. Okay, so I'm going very lightly here because I just want a very thin layer on it. We're only concerned right now with the part inside the frame, and we want to match the value as well as. Okay, I'm gonna filbert, and first what I need to do is find the value. Well, I think it's pretty low, so I'm going to start with the value 3, and that's just a little bit light, I think. So now I'm going to brush mix some of the value 2 in with it, and I think that will do us better. So yeah, right now I just have the value 2 on my brush so that I can brush mix into this wet blending into what I've already got, and that's working real well. Okay, you want some of this to be a little transparent, so in that case I need to not put any more on my brush, but I need to walk out what I've got already down on the surface so that it won't be so opaque. Now I like using this filbert right here because it's a moon filbert and it's stiffer than other filberts, and that's giving me what I need to get into these small crevices. It stays stiff instead of flopping down and getting paint everywhere that I don't want it. Going around this rose. Okay. You hear my phone ringing off in the distance. My house phone. Okay, now see how I made that paint stretch all the way out? That's what we need to do so that we still see some of this umber between it, or underneath it. And I could possibly stretch it even farther because I did get it pretty thick right in here. So that's why I'm pulling the paint from right now before it dries. And I think that's working real well. You can get a little bit hairy around some of these flowers. Just do your best. See how far that little bit of paint stretched, that one load? It's because I wanted it to be a little transparent. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and fill in here with this stiffer brush. Okay. I'm not sure what's on camera now. Let's try that. I don't have extender up here, so I need to put that on. All this was done with a mixture of value 2 and value 3. Okay, I might need to just load a little bit now. So I stick my brush into both of them, very little paint on the brush, and then I'm just blending them together on my paper palette. Okay, looks like I've got to stretch it again because it's a little thick right there where I first put it down. Should have done that part out here where it was easier to stretch. So you can get pretty far with just very little paint on this step. Now I'm coming over here on top where we're starting to get lighter. We get lighter here. So I'm just going to come up right about to where that changes with very stretched paint. Come back and stretch some more of this. And then I'm just going to put it into the value 4 alone. And put it right up against it, over into it, and I'm going to take a soft mop, hopefully, preferably one that I cleaned. Take a soft mop and blend those two areas. Got a little dry on me. Just going to put extender right over that area. And then I can manipulate it better. And come on around with this lighter value. I think that using the Bkgd blender mop will work real well for right there. Yeah, much better. Okay, let's put our extender on. And looking at our photos, it continues to be lighter. Let's see, let me find the right photo.